Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. In today's video, I'm going to introduce you to Goddess Bastet, who came to me in a dream. I'm going to take you through the process on how I was able to access her, as well as a channel message from her. And first, let me just introduce you to Goddess Bastet. She is an Egyptian goddess of the, I think it was the BC, she's an ancient goddess. But I want to show you my version of her. When she came to me in a dream, she told me to create her a physical body for her to be she said that she could be more powerful if I had a physical representation of her, because it would be like I want to use the word conductor to channel her energy into, to have a more powerful presence. And what came to my mind was, like, you know how electricity exists, but we use what do you call it? We use cords, right, to channel that energy. So she said, create me. She said she had been working with me, but she could help me at a whole nother level if I created a representation of her. So I was looking at pictures of her from the past, and I was kind of like, trying to recreate the Egyptian look, her original look. And she said, I want a updated modern version, and I want your version, Cassandra's version of me. And so she was very assertive. She knew exactly how she wanted to look. Everything was a one take, meaning that I didn't fuss over. Well, I was fussing. I didn't want her to have pink lips. I'm like, don't you want burgundy lips to go with your outfit? She was like, no, it makes my face too flat, and I did research on how a cat's nose is supposed to look, and it said, a black cat is supposed to have a black nose. She said she wanted a pink nose. Hello, darlings. Take a brief moment to visit my Etsy shop. I am sure you will find a magical talisman, charm, or amulet to power up, magnify, and enhance your magical journey to being the greatest and grandest version of you. Therefore, she wanted the pink lips and to be a part of that. And now she was just very, even like with her ears and her hair, she has her little ankh, which represent life, little earrings on her ears. She completely dressed herself. Honestly, it was like magic, just putting her together. Even, guys, I don't know if you can see, I want to move my microphone. I don't want it to fall. But even if you see the turquoise rhinestone trim on her outfit, I would have never done this. I would have never put this color combination together, but yet I adore it. I think it's so gorgeous. I would have just thought, oh no, that's not going to match, or that's not going to look right. But she knew what she wanted to look like, and I couldn't decide if I was going to give her the snake tail, or just, she said she was very clear about wanting the snake tail. And I have the little jewelry little setup here, but she was very Goddess Bastet was very clear about how she wanted to look. And she also came with a very powerful incense, protection incense. I want to put her tail back in her hand. I just like the way it looked. So just give me a quick second here. Well, she came with a protection incense that also came to me in my dream as well. It was just so funny how it was just some of the ingredients for this incense. I bought it. Let me get her in focus. I bought it a couple weeks before, so I think I was probably channeling her energy, but just really hadn't been able to, bring it to fruition, so to speak. But anyway, so she has an incense. I also created a sigil for Bastet, and I was able to, oh my God, I love this. So I made a sigil for her, and I was able to burn the sigil. And but anyway, just to give you a look of her, a look. Oh my gosh, she is fierce. She does not play. She has a very, very, very strong energy. I'm telling you. I would not want to be on her bad side, and that's just the truth, right? But this is, this is her. Even like you see the rhinestone around her face. I would have never done that. I don't even think that way. But she knew it. Like I said, she knew exactly how she wanted to look. Very, very clear-minded, and very fierce. So she's a protector, like I said. She is a fierce protector, especially of women and children. She also rules, I don't want to say rule, but she helped women in terms of fertility. For sensuality and pleasure is another one of her areas. And and protector of your health, and just a fierce protector in general. Her father is the sun god Ra. Her mom is Isis. Okay, she packing. Okay, let me stop being ghetto. But anyway, yeah, so Ra is her dad, Isis is her mom, and she was known as the goddess of vengeance, and that she was supposedly like super fierce, and that he was kind of like, look, Chuck, can you like chill out a little bit? But she is a very fierce protector. So so this is who she is. I want to set her down. I don't want things to fall. It's kind of cramped in this little area, as you can see. Thank you. I don't want to get lipstick on her. Thank you for coming. So anyway, I want to set her right here. Hopefully nothing falls. Hopefully we can do this. I showed you her sigil. Oh, I forgot to show you her sistrum. This is a rattle or instrument that the Egyptians used. Now I made hers. At first I was gonna skip this, but then it's like I went to bed that night and it was like, no, I want my rattle. Let me turn it this way. So basically, it's something they use for deities. I don't know if I can get this in focus for you. Oh, here we go. And I made a simple one. Oh my God, look. Isn't it cute? I just love. Okay, let me stop. I get really silly. I don't know if I told you guys I'm so sleepy tonight. So anyway, I want to give you the channel message from her as well. So I'm gonna tell you how I found her. I don't know if this is how I found her, but this is my process, right? So I'm a member of the Gallery of Magic. Y'all know I love the Gallery of Magic. You know that. And this book is called Angels of Empowered Magic, and you have to be a member in order to have access to the rituals in this book. This is my barber, okay? And it's 72 angels, 144 sigils. And for me, this is what I did personally. I don't know if you guys, if you've seen any of my previous videos. I think maybe one. Maybe I have titles for all of the different powers, right? So when I'm going through something and I'm looking to solve a problem, I like to go and I have so for example, here I have the angel. The one that I used to find goddess Bastet was the angel Hariel. Bring increased power to your magical workings. I'm like, that's gonna work for me. Yeah, right. I was looking up some different things, but because I work with, let me just show you. I work with Mamiya. Well, let me see, can I get her in focus? And this angel, let's see. Obtain protection when experimenting with untested magic. I love her. Okay, I love Mamiya. I untested magic, that's my name. Cassandra is always doing something that's fun and magical. But I'm just going to just briefly show you some of the other categories. As you see, there's a lot. Oh, there's love. here. Oh, let me see, can I turn this around? So these are the different angels you can work with in terms of, who is this one? Increase the intensity of genuine feelings of love. Increase the passion in a relationship. Bring calm. What is that? Oh, honesty. Inspire another person to feel love for you. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. I don't know if you've seen me in other videos talk about this. I don't mess with love. I'm going to tell you why I don't mess with love. And I'm going to get back to Goddess Bastet. I don't mess sounds like so unprofessional. I don't participate in love magic because I believe that God is love and I believe God is magic. And I don't feel we have control over it. I feel like it's an energy that cannot be harnessed. This is my opinion. If you know how some of the, I watch like tarot readings, and I do tarot readings as well, and they'll say, don't go back to your ex. If I didn't go back to my ex, I wouldn't have my kids, child. You know what I mean? Like, of course we broke up later, but that's not the point. The point is, I just feel like if we controlled love, 99.99999% of the population wouldn't even exist. We wouldn't even be here. The world wouldn't be the way it is. And it's just the energy. I feel that it's so powerful that we don't control who we love and we don't control who love us. I feel like it's something that we can, we're in the flow of. I don't want to get into that. Thank you, but I'm not criticizing the book. I don't even know why I went on this rant, probably because I'm sleepy. I'll just show you something else to make up for it. Oh, look, improve fertility. Oh, still love. Ugh. It's not love per se, but thinking, decision making, mental focus. And these are just some of the categories. Employment, job related. Now these are my categories. This is my process. So long story short, I'm losing focus here, guys. I decided I needed to, enhance my magic. I need to up my magic, child. So I said, so who can I work with that I haven't worked with? Oh, yes, let's look at Hariel. And bring increased power to your magical workings. So I did the ritual. I went to sleep. And I had a dream about Goddess Bastet. And she came to me as clear as day. She wanted me to make her. I don't delay in bringing my inspiration from my dreams into fruition. I feel like I've done the magic. Now I know some people might feel like, well, if you ask the angel to bring increased power to your magical workings, they work with your specific magic, whatever. To me. All right, this is my magic. I make fabric beings. Other people call them dolls, but they're fabric beings to me. And so there's so she came to me. She said, give me a body so I can have a presence in your home. It would be a place where I can channel and harness my energy. It builds a relationship between us. But child, let me tell you what else. When I made her, she asked me for the assistance of 2 demons. I was so tickled. I was like, she said, yes, I need give me some, I need backup because I'm pretty fierce on my own, but I would like the support of 2 demons. And I assigned 2 demons to her. I have. And that, I'll show you one in some pictures, but here is a picture of Goddess Bastet with one of her assigned demons with matching interior wings. One of my demons is from our private collection, and it's not for public consumption. But anyway, so after doing the magic, I dreamt about her that night. And I created her. She came with the herbal mix. I'll show you her herbal mix. So this is her herbal mix that, let's see, can I get that in focus? I don't think the name is Goddess Bastet. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Oh, there we go. Goddess Bastet. This is her incense, and I made this because when she came to me in the dream, so did I. I also received the ingredients for her incense, and like I said, I made her. I think I showed you her sigil. Now I want to give you her channel message. Okay, finally, right? I don't want things falling, so just bear with me. Oh, this was so exciting. Now, one of the ways I know that the messages are coming to me in a way that I feel like it's special is because they talk to me in my language. So how do I say this? So if a language was coming to you and it was talking about how to build trucks, and you don't know anything about trucks or anything about baseball, maybe I'm not gonna say that message wasn't for you, but if you don't know anything about it, it makes it a little bit more difficult to understand. But my channel message came talking about my favorite person, and that's Harriet Tubman, y'all. I love Harriet Tubman. I love her. She's my hero. And for anybody who, I don't know if you guys heard me say this before, but in my mind, if I was a slave and I was, and I was gonna escape, I cannot see me going back to like capture 300 additional people with the snakes and the bugs and the swamps and the filth and the people chasing me. I just can't see it. I see me, if I made it, I don't see me yeah, I see me probably, smoking a cigarette or something, like telling people like, oh my God, and it was these bugs chasing me. I can't see me going back like, no, I'm going back. You know what I'm saying? People sometimes miss work because they have a headache. People don't show up because they broke their nail, or they're in a bad mood. You understand what I'm saying? Wait. You mean to tell me you can't read or write, and you can't read or write, you got epilepsy, people chasing you, and you going back? Okay, all right, baby. You know what I'm saying? You understand why she's my hero? Okay. Long story short, my channel message from Goddess Bastet, she said, let's take Harriet Tubman for example. Like she already speaking my language. She said, the bigger your purpose, the more people lives that you impact, the more opposition you attract, the more protection you need from various beings on several dimensions and timelines. That's what she said. She said, now, if you're not on your purpose, if you're not writing that book or whatever that great work is, whatever that big dream is, if you're not on that, if you're not doing that, you don't need me. But you about to do you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you gonna need backup. Okay, all right. So she said Harriet Tubman did not need protection while she lived on the plantation. Not this level of protection. She might have had an ancestor or two and her holy guardian angel who protected her from falls and slips, things like that. Maybe she didn't, just little stuff. You don't need major protection. And the way she was also telling, the way that Goddess Bastet was also explaining things to me was just think about, everyone has access to police protection. But if you are a celebrity, you have the CIA, you have the FBI, you have private security. So the bigger you become, the more lives you impact, the more people know you. Blase spleen, you can see connect the dots. You can see the protection must be increased. This goes for anybody who's working on any dream. As you step into alignment with the bigger plans for your life, you must increase the level of your protection. And she said, think about Malcolm X. What happened to Malcolm X? I don't know if you guys know, but that day he was like, no, I don't need protection. I'm a man of the people. The people love me. But yeah, we know how that ended. Abraham Lincoln, we know how that, not saying that we have a destiny and a fate and all the other good stuff, but she's saying the more lives you impact, The bigger your the bigger your purpose and the more lives you impact, the more you attract your opposition, the more you need to increase your protection. And so I said, well, why do people need, why can't we just all get along? You know, why do you need increase, like, why can't they just live and let live? She said, no, because it's not that we can't live and let live. It's that when you impact other people's lives, you're altering the reality, right? So if you are a slave owner and you need your money, you have a lifestyle, this lifestyle is benefiting you, and if somebody is coming along and say, you know what, y'all need to be free, y'all don't need to be out here working in this hot sun for free. Right? So but the people who are who've created this industry, who are making money, who have ships going out to get more people to come and work the land, and you up here telling people, like, you don't need, this ain't right, you in trouble, okay? So whenever you are altering in reality that brings huge changes to other people who are in power, just know, even if it's a book that you're writing and you're raising the consciousness of people, or you're telling people how to think differently, you're gonna need an increase in protection and different and a higher dimensions. It's not just, they're the team of angels and ascended masters and ancestors. That whole level, it has to increase. So anyway, so she's explaining to me she's explaining this to me, talking about my favorite person, right? So she may have general protection if she's still in the field, right? But the minute she decided to leave, she said some ancestors may have protected her, but when she escaped slavery, her need for spiritual and physical and psychological protection drastically increased. She needed a different level of discernment. Like, it was the people around her initially who told that she was leaving. Like, it was, she was trying to take her mom and her dad, and it was people close to her. She tried to escape slavery 4 times before she was successful, and each time, the last time that the final time before she was able to be successful, she didn't tell a soul. She didn't tell her parents. She didn't tell her best friend. She didn't tell her siblings. She didn't tell a single person, because all the other times it was somebody who had either told on her or decided that this is just too much. So anyway, so she needed a higher level of discernment, a deeper level to connection to spirit. So she needed. She said she needed to know who to trust. And once she became famous, also when she first left, when she needed a higher level, they assigned higher levels of angels and ascended masters and spirits to help her, right? But once she became famous, that her level of protection increased to a whole nother level, right? She couldn't just have just regular, even the angels and ancestors who protected her when she initially left, they needed backup when she became famous. So she said, understand that your opposition increases. And she also said, and I don't really know how to explain this because I'm not really sure, but I'm just giving you the message so somebody else may understand it. She said, when you reincarnate, you have multiple destinies. You have a multitude of choices. You don't have. Harriet Tubman did not have to escape. She could have remained, a slave. And there were several people who could have been her, but decided, I'm not going to do it. Life is not that bad. I just got a job in the house. I'm in the house now. I'm making dinner for the missus. She's, she doesn't beat me. She's pretty cool. She's never home. Yeah! You just said that things happen all the time that alter people's, it's not like you have one final destiny. You have several opportunities, and every day your actions and behaviors determine, how things are going to work out, like which destiny you're going to bring to fruition, or bring this version of you to the highest level. And so anyway, so one of the things that she was saying, that she was explaining to me is just, let's say, for example, you always wanted to be a writer, and that was your dream, and you meet this person, this really cute guy, and he's like, I want to marry you, and you want to be a writer and you want to be a doctor, is what she was saying. And you held this dream close to your heart, but you started, you went to college. You took one semester of med school because you met this really cute guy, and you fell in love, and you had his babies, right? And you just thought, I can't believe I just threw away my destiny. I threw away my destiny because I'm going to fall in love with this boy, right? And so you think, it's too late for me to be a writer. It's too late for me to be a doctor. I'm just a mom of 5 kids. She said, but this is how some people still are able to harness in the power of their great work or their destiny. She says, so you maybe one of your children have special needs, and you decide to write a medical book to help other parents who may have a child with an exceptionality, because you have the terminology, because of your educational background and your husband, and you're still a writer, and you are still helping people in the medical field. She said, so you always have an opportunity to pull together so many different aspects of your soul's persona and power. She said, we're very extremely powerful beings, and we don't use most of our power. We kind of feel like, well, if I'm this, then if I'm a ballerina, then I can't be a designer. She said, that's not true. Or I can't be this or that. She said, so you're always on this trajectory to be the greatest and grandest version of yourself if you look for those opportunities and if you take bold action. So anyway, back to, this is all my channel message from Goddess Bastet. So anyway, she said, so when you align, of course, guys, I like to take my notes. So when you align with your soul's greatest mission, you take action. She called it your great work, or your big dream, or your big goals, your big destiny. You attract bigger and more powerful enemies. And because you impact the livelihood of the status quo, you challenge the matrix. She said, then you of course, you need a band of angels who work for you, and deities and spirits who work for you at a whole nother level of protection and wisdom, because they're also not just protecting you, but they're also giving you insight and inspiration and enlightenment on the next best move to take, how to conduct yourself. They're sending people in your life to help you on this journey as well, and you will know that they were sent by your deities and the angels and your ascended masters. So she says, when you challenge people to think in a different way, you alter realms of reality. I said this, and this is when you need your strongest and your greatest spiritual team available, right? So here are some things that she was telling me in general to do. There's 3 things. She says, stop oversharing. Like, people don't, the more information you share about yourself, you weaken the power of your spiritual team, your angels, your protection. The team, your spiritual team who have signed up to protect you are very, very powerful. But when you overshare information about yourself, your life, and she said, especially your good news. She said, good news. She said, your good news is actually, how do I sound so dark, but because it sounds dark to say this. She said it's like the worst thing you can share with people, like anybody. She said, some things you should really keep to yourself. If you sometimes if you find the love of your life, you keep that quiet. That's not something, people want us to like brag and like, oh my God, guess what? Look at my rock, I just got married. She said, no, you keep that to yourself. You let people find out things like, oh, I didn't tell you. Like, you don't, share like material gain, material wealth, what you have. You keep those things very private, because when you share these things, it just creates envy and jealousy, and you're creating an energy where you're going to have people coming after you, right? Wanting to block you, or wanting to harm you, or sending you, evil eye, or just sending you negative energy. So she said the more private you are, the easier it is for your spiritual team to protect you. And sometimes she said people think that when they call on us to help, she said we're always going to be there, but you can help us help you better by being more private. And then the other thing she said is taking care of your physical body is also very important, especially with working with your spiritual team. She said because when you're rested, and when you're drinking a proper amount of water, when you're taking care of yourself, she said you can feel the subtle messages that your spiritual team is trying to get to you. Like, you may not need this big grand protection if you just know that day, okay, I'm not going to go out today. Something inside of me is telling me to stay home today. She said when you sleep, your spirit team is in contact with you, and you receive a lot of messages from the dream world. But if you're not sleeping, it's hard for them to contact you. It's hard for them to reach you. Also, she said be very careful of what you listen to, because music is one of the most powerful tools in terms of it's one of the most powerful agents of destruction and inspiration. She said what you listen to can alter your reality, and you don't even see it coming. So she said really protect the type of music, the lyrics, and to also protect what you are exposing yourself to, and what you see, and what you put into your mind. She said so if you could take the practical steps of watching what you are listening to, watching what you consume. She said your mental diet, for your mental diet is so important. If you can do those practical things, they can handle the big stuff, the things that you cannot control, even though they'll work with you on any level. But then she was talking about different people. I don't know who was coming to my mind, like Michael Jackson, or just people. He's not, but he was in line with his big, his big destiny, big dreams. And the way to look at this is the impact on the lives, the impact on the number of people's lives that you come in contact with, or that you change because of your song, your dance, your music, your art, whatever you're doing. That the more important it is to take care of your body, get enough sleep, eat a proper diet, because if you allow your spiritual team to send you messages, or subtle messages, this will keep you healthy and the whole nine. So I hope that makes sense, guys, what I just said. So music, what you expose yourself to, and she said to taking care of your physical body, your sleep, blah blah blah, right? And then the other thing she said is, and this is the last point, is she said that to develop a language of trust. She calls it a lot, LOT, language of trust with your spiritual team. She said, and with a language of trust is basically where you agree, okay, when we see two crows, that means turn around. Or if whatever symbols, if we see a ladybug, it means go. If we see blah blah blah, if you wake up, if you feel this, whatever it is, she said you need a lot. LOT, language of trust with your spiritual team. and you are never to share this information with anybody, including your mate, your husband, your wife. She said it's a very private language, and the reason, because sometimes she said Samson and Delilah, right? It had me cracking up. She made me laugh. She said, so you never know when you will need that language of trust. So anyway, guys, I'm just gonna, I'm over here sweating, y'all. I'm just gonna pick my baby up again. I would like to close out with Goddess Bastet, who came to me, y'all, and her little, what do you call it, sistrum, which is a ancient instrument. And I just have it like this. I just want to give you guys another close-up. Say bye. I don't know. She is just my baby. I love her so much. Anyway, I really hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to seeing you, darlings, in the next video.